Canelo defeats Jermell Charlo via unanimous decision. Um, I'm gonna be honest with you. Well, let me tell you how I scored the fight. I had it 11 rounds to 1 for Canelo. I gave Charlo just out of mercy the 12th round. And that's debatable. I know a lot of people gave him the 5th. That's debatable. So at best, you could say you gave Jermell 2 rounds. But at the end of the day, is anybody surprised by this results? And then you got Canelo talking about nobody could beat this. Canelo, well, more than likely they can't if you bring somebody up 2 weight classes. At the end of the day, Charlo came in there to exactly do what he did, which is boost Canelo's confidence up. After what I seen tonight, I am almost sure that David Benavidez is going to beat Canelo, and he's going to beat him up bad. He's going to do a number on him. He's going to do what Jermell couldn't do. David Benavidez combinations is just going to be too much for Canelo. When Canelo covers up, David Benavidez is going to rack him to the body to open him up and then start hitting him with combinations. And Canelo is just not going to be able to handle that. And then plus Canelo is going to come right to David Benavidez. David Benavidez is going to love the fact that Canelo is going to stand in front of him, and he'll just be too quick for him. And then just listening to this, and I'm just going to keep it 100. I mean, I'm just about to get permanently banned from covering any PBC events. This was just hot garbage. And I'm going to be honest with you, Canelo, Charlo, and Al Heyman, they stole people's money. And that's just basically the bottom line. I'm not finna sugarcoat this stuff. This fight was complete garbage. I'm not worried about you Canelo fans being upset. I'm not worried about you Charlo fans being upset. I'm not worried about the PBC apologists being upset. I'm not worried about, you know what I'm saying, the powers that be, you know, the people, the higher ups being mad at me. They stole money. They stole money. They cheated the people out of their money. They cheated everybody. And if you are a Canelo fan and you are impressed with this victory, it says a lot about you. This fight was trash. Yeah, that's exactly what it was. It was trash. And I was talking to some of the other brothers. Everybody know what it is. It was trash. First of all, nobody asked for this fight. Once again, Canelo had no business fighting Charlo. We would have gave him more props if he would have fought David Morrell Jr. At least David Morrell Jr. is a full-fledged super middleweight, but you chose to fight the Charlos? Well, I mean, and Derrick James, that's 2 in a row. That's two in a row. Oh, I watched the fight. I just didn't pay for it. And I'm going to be honest with you. Anybody that paid for that fight, they should be asking for their money back. And then Showtime trying to sell us this fight like this was some great epic fight. Is you kidding me? Did anybody not think that the results was going to be what it was? And Canelo winning a lopsided unanimous decision. And once again, Canelo couldn't stop Charlo. So Canelo, this is his 4th fight without a stoppage. So that just says a lot about him. Like I said, I'm not worried about these Canelo fans coming on here popping off the side of their mouth. Ain't nobody worried about them, because at the end of the day, we all know this fight was trash. It was hot trash. It was hot garbage. And this is what's wrong with the PBC. They're putting together these mismatches. So now all of a sudden, Charlo talking about he'll fight Terence Crawford. After what I saw, Terence Crawford is going to whoop Jermell Charlo. And I'm going to be honest with you, he might not get past Tim Tszyu. Because one, you could tell he wasn't built for that weight class. You have to gradually move up in weight. Even though James Toney went on to eventually fight at heavyweight, he gradually moved up. And I don't want to hear about Oscar De La Hoya and Sugar Shane Mosley. You know. So I don't want to hear about that, because Oscar, like I said, Oscar started at 147. Shane eventually moved to 147, and them dudes knew each other. And then Styles make fights. And then, I mean, come on, man. Don't even try it, man. You talking about Sugar Shane Mosley, you talking about Oscar De La Hoya, you talking about Jermell Charlo, you talking about Canelo Alvarez. Okay. But after what I've seen, and I'm gonna do a separate video, yeah, Bud, he can beat Charlo, and he gonna beat Charlo if they fight. He may not knock him out, but he gonna beat him. Charlo looked slow. He looked slow, lethargic. He made Canelo look fast as hell, and Canelo ain't even that fast. And then I was trying to tell this dude about Canelo. Canelo's power is a little overrated, man. You know, his power is overrated because at the end of the day, he hit Charlo with some hard shots and he couldn't get him up out of there. And I've seen some shots that Charlo hit Canelo with that kind of woke Canelo. This is why I know Canelo can't beat no Arthur Benavidez. He would have got destroyed if he would have fought Arthur Benavidez. Like I said, this fight was hot garbage. I'm talking about it was hot garbage. Like I said, you really gonna have and here's the thing. You know, the content creators, the people with boxing channel, me, let Floyd Mayweather had fought somebody that moved like that. Keep in mind when Floyd didn't make way for the Marquez fight, he got ripped to shreds. But Canelo sitting up there talking about, oh, I'll fight anybody. I don't care, and all this kind of stuff, man. Just on All Access, you was acting like you didn't know how much time you had left. You talking about, oh well, I thought he said he didn't love boxing. He said on All Access that he didn't like boxing like that. Now all of a sudden, oh, I know why you love boxing now, because Al Heyman hooked you up. He gave you a soft touch, and Jermell may never be the same after this. He may never be. Hey, but that's your soul, brother. Al Heyman. That's your power to the people, Al Heyman. So I want to see what you super pro black niggas got to say about that. Al Heyman. He sacrificed Jermell Charlo and he sold him out for Canelo. He gave Canelo an easy touch. Like I said, at the end of the day, that looked like a sparring session, except they didn't have no headgear on. It looked worse than it looked almost just as bad as Errol Spence and Danny Garcia. How can anybody with a clear conscience sit up here and try to give Canelo props for a fight like this? Because I promise you, if this had been a black fighter that did this, he would have got ripped to shreds. All these content creators would be on his helmet. But then I know I'm jealous of Canelo. I know I'm a hater. I know I'm a racist. Whatever, man. If that's what you believe, that's what you believe. And I'm going to tell you right now, this don't have nothing to do, and I'm going to be completely honest with you, this don't have nothing to do with race. Because if a black fighter did this, I have a problem with this. If a white fighter did this, I have a problem with this. Like I said before, who asked for this fight? Who the hell was demanding Canelo versus Jermell Charlo? Who the hell was asking for and then they tried to sell it as undisputed versus undisputed. First of all, it was disputed. How is it that, well, if Charlo wins, he's the undisputed super middle, but if Canelo wins, he just won the fight. So check stealing money and fraud you got. This is why probably behind the scenes Showtime want to get rid of the PBC. And I'm telling you right now, I bet you this fight did trash numbers. But they're gonna try to say this fight did 500,000-600,000. They might try to say it did 1 million, and no, it didn't. Antics and thinking them lying, them playing games and stuff. This is just horrible. A negative. Yeah. I mean, Charlo looked as slow. He looked out of shape. Did you see how Charlo looked? He looked it all pudgy. He looked it almost like Josito Lopez. So this is what I'm saying about this dude, man. How the hell is Canelo? I mean, I ain't even gonna tackle and talk about the issue about him being a Mexican legend. How do you consider yourself a boxing legend fighting these type of fights? How do you call yourself a legend and you fighting dudes that you made come up 2 weight classes? That's why they have weight classes, you guys. This is why they have weight classes, ladies and gentlemen, because of stuff like this. And then Canelo wants. Oh, Jamel went in there just happy because he got an opportunity. Like I said, you see Jamel wasn't huffing and puffing. Al Heyman, I fight who I want, not who you want me to fight. Did y'all notice that they said Canelo? They gave Canelo top billing. They said Canelo Promotions along with the people. But he don't do this though. And like mistaken, he beat Ugas, a dude that Terence Crawford would have destroyed in like 6 rounds. And then Harrison Lubin got what you would call a gift decision. I guess Al had to do something good for the brothers. Nah, it wasn't that Jamel didn't try to fight. It was just that Canelo was too big for him. And that weight made him slow. That weight made him slow because he wasn't accustomed to fighting at that weight class. You have to gradually go up in weight. And then he had to gain. His diet is different from what it was trying to slim down. Because you actually eat better trying to slim down than versus trying to gain weight. So he probably had a couple of steaks in between and some stuff he wasn't supposed to eat and some crumble cookie or something like that to make the weight. Look at Jamel's body. You didn't see Jamel in other fights where he ripped up and stuff and you know what I'm saying? Look pudgy. Can Bud beat Canelo? I've already said that I don't like that. Canelo is just too big for Terence Crawford. The only way that would work in Canelo already, if they was to fight at a catch weight, like I said, if Canelo agreed to a catch weight at maybe 158 and Bud went up to 158 and then there was a rehydration clause where Canelo couldn't gain no more than 6 pounds. I'm sorry, man. Real talk. I'm a real dude, man. Canelo too big for Bud, man. He too big. He too big. He too big. So listen, Bud is the best fighter in the world, pound for pound, at his weight class. But him trying to go up 3 weight classes and Bud will look the same way. Bud will look the same way versus Canelo. Please stop the cap. Canelo need to fight somebody his own size. Canelo need to fight somebody his own size. And like I said before, we gotta be honest, man. And I'm just being real. Like I said, I'm a big Terence Crawford fan. I think Terence Crawford is the best fighter in the world. But at the end of the day, you just got to be realistic, man. You asking him to go up 3 weight classes. And I know Terence Crawford, I know that'll be a lifetime payday for him. But at the end of the day, I don't like the end results. And people gotta be honest. Now, we know some of those Errol Spence fans probably would want Bud to go up there and fight Canelo, because I'm going to tell you right now, I made a video about a year ago, but I was being condescending when I said maybe Errol Spence could beat Canelo. I don't believe Errol Spence could beat Canelo. But that's what was Al Heyman's plan. That's why he never really wanted to make the Terence Crawford fight. That was his plan, to let Canelo get a couple touches, and then the same thing with Errol Spence, and then they find some common ground, and that was going to be Errol Spence's his cash out fight, basically him cashing out, and they was going to fight at Cowboy Stadium in front of 80,000 people. Canelo probably was going to make 70 million. Errol Spence was going to probably make 30 or 40. But the fact that he went and Al Heyman wanted and fought Terence Crawford. Now you see that they push, as you can see now, they pushing the fight back. Now they saying that the fight ain't even gonna happen in December, in all likelihood. But I think then again maybe it will happen, because I think Terence Crawford is gonna really think about this. I know Canelo is life-changing money. I know Canelo, you may be looking at $40-50 million, but at the end of the day, do you really want to just go fight for money and then fight in the fight that mostly everybody know that you're not going to win? Canelo would be an extreme heavy favorite. And then let me tell you something else. That would truly hurt Canelo's career if he was to make Terence Crawford go up 3 weight classes. Canelo would get no credit. Canelo would hurt his, not only would Canelo mess up Bud's legacy, he would mess up his own legacy. And his legacy is at question now based off him taking this fight. Because when we evaluating Canelo Alvarez, when we really start telling the truth, did Canelo fight all the best guys available? I need somebody here to try to explain to me, why didn't he fight David Morrell? And people gonna say, well, David Morrell, oh, well, you know, he only got like 9 or 10 fights. But at the end of the day, he's still what you consider a more legitimate opponent for Canelo. And then Canelo didn't have to fight Charlo. He could have fought Demetrius Andrade, fought David, which was cherry picking, looking for a soft touch. So like I said, I double dare you Canelo fans to come on here trying to justify this fight and trying to sell me the idea that this fight made any kind of sense, because you can't. And if you do, you a damn lie. You a damn lie if you try to justify this fight. And don't come on here talking about I'm hating and all this stuff. Ain't trying to hear it. It ain't got nothing to do with hating. This is just factual. Went to school where? What are you talking about? How could he go to school when he was in a fight that he was a heavy underdog? So how did he go to school? You're not making no kind of sense. There were so many options for Canelo, and he decided to go this route. Vegas, Mark, that was a travesty. And anybody that paid money for that, they should go get their money back. They should, and for real. How can anybody really respect Canelo after this? And to be honest with you, how can anybody respect Charlo for this? And this is why nobody was rooting for Charlo. This is why nobody cared about him having this fight, because like I said, at the end of the day, he alienated himself from his own community. He alienated himself from the fans. He alienated himself from a lot of the media. That's why he was on an island of his own. Now all of a sudden, oh man, I'll fight Terence Crawford. So like I said, y'all have to understand, him going back down in weight is going to really affect him. You seen what happened to Roy Jones Jr. Roy Jones Jr., like I was telling my homeboy Justin McRae, he had the perfect swan song. When he beat Ruiz and he won a heavyweight title, you can throw an asterisk around him winning a heavyweight title, but he won a heavyweight title. That was his swan song. He should have walked off in the sunset. But Roy, you know what I'm saying, his will and his urge to keep fighting, well, you started to see what happened to Roy Jones Jr. Same thing with Antonio Tarver. Antonio Tarver gained all that weight to shoot Rocky V or whatever. I think Rocky V or Rocky Balboa, I think that's what it was called. And then guess what happened? When he tried to go down and fight Bernard Hopkins, he got whooped on. So this is what I'm saying. Male may not ever be the same. It's going to be tough for him to recover from this. Yeah, he didn't get the crap beat out of him, but it's just him trying to go back down and weight and try to get back and fight weight and fight condition, because his body is going to be different. He 33 now, and he pretty much probably ain't fighting for like another 6 months. So Jermell Charlo went in there and he just basically went in there just to be a sparring partner for Canelo. And then Canelo took a soft touch in a fight, like I said, that nobody asked for. This is why Teddy Atlas was ripping Canelo to shreds for having these type of fights. Like I swore, Canelo has never fought the best guy available. He's never done that. So to say, oh, I fight anybody, I guarantee you he ain't gonna fight Demetrius Andrade if he defeats David Benavidez. And he may not fight David Benavidez. After what I saw, I think David Benavidez would be the favorite versus Canelo. I just saw some things that show me that a slick fighter with quick hands, explosive fighter, is gonna give Canelo fits. Cause see, one thing about David Benavidez, he's gonna let his hands go, and he's systematic with his punches too. People think that he throw a lot of punches, but he's systematic with his punches when he throws those combinations. And I just think he's gonna overwhelm Canelo. Now, unless Canelo catch him with something, and Canelo gonna eventually hit him with something. But if he overcomes it, he gonna beat Canelo up. But if I'm David Benavidez, I should be confident that I can withstand Canelo's punches, because here's the thing. Charlo took him. John Ryder took him. The reason why he got Caleb Plant, the Plant ran out of gas. Well, this is the PBC model. No outside fights unless it's absolutely necessary. And like I said before, now that here's the thing. So now that Terence Crawford and Errol Spence is up in the air, I think they may get negotiations really going for that fight, because I think Terence Crawford probably said, well, you know what, Canelo is too damn big, which he is. Well, guys, did not tell y'all that Canelo wasn't gonna knock Charlo out. I told you that anything other than a knockout for Canelo, but then again, at the end of the day, he was supposed to knock Charlo out, just like he was supposed to knock John Ryder out. So now Canelo is not getting knockouts. Like I told you, for him to say nobody beats this Canelo, well, yeah, if you bring people up 2 weight classes, they probably ain't gonna beat you. Nobody beats this. I mean, probably not. I mean, come on, man. I think that's asking QT. I think that's asking too much of Terence Crawford. Like I said, they have weight classes for a reason. I already said if Canelo would have lost to Charlo, he need to retire. So like I said, to me, now I'm starting to see this. This was a money grab for Canelo. This was a soft touch, and this was a confidence booster. Like I said, Al Heyman, the difference between him and those brothers he got on the PBC roster, he tell them what to do. He don't tell Canelo what to do. A layup, that was like a man. I'm gonna be honest with you, QT. It wasn't a layup. It was an alley oop on a 6 feet court. Wasn't even a 10. I mean, pretty much anybody could dunk on a 6 feet court. I mean, for real. Back in the day, I used to dunk on the actual 10 feet court, but you know, that was 25 years ago and 60 pounds. but I'm just saying. But I'm just saying that was a alley oop on a 6 feet court. That's your guy. That's your guy. That's your guy, Al Heyman, putting together these mismatches. That's your guy right there. So I just want to Francis Ngannou don't got a chance in hell of beating Tyson Fury. And like I said, man, don't bet nothing on no upset. Listen, Tyson Fury is a seasoned veteran. Okay, I wouldn't even. I'm sorry. I'm just keeping it 100. I'm not even entertaining the thought of watching that fight. What am I gonna watch that fight for? We all know what Tyson Fury is gonna do to Ngannou. This dude got $100 million sitting in front of him. You think Tyson Fury may go in there and just annihilate Francis Ngannou in probably one round? He ain't even gonna care. All that make it look good stuff. You think Tyson Fury gonna care? You think Tyson Fury gonna care about? Oh man, you were supposed to make it look good, man. Tyson Fury got sick. He liked to play with his nose. So and some and besides other things, man. So for real, he finna take care of business. I feel bad for Francis Ngannou because we all know what's gonna happen to him. So I'm not even gonna pay attention to that fight. I don't even care because y'all really think Tyson Fury is finna throw $100 million down the drain for a UFC fighter? He do like to play with his nose. Well, in the Bay, that's another, that's a terminology for, that's a terminology for he like to get toot, but he like to play with his nose. Oh, QT, I am gonna ignore Tyson Fury versus Ngannou. Like I said, once again, who the hell lacks for that? We already know, we already know Jake Paul and pretty much exposed those MMA fighters. That's why he keep fighting them. That's why he keep picking them to fight. You see, when he fought an actual fighter, a part-time fighter, he lost. So that's why Jake Paul already didn't expose the lack of boxing skills that those MMA fighters have because they're not boxers. They're mixed martial artists. They're more about using their legs and wrestling and trying to take you down. Most of them can't box, or they just for real. They have minimal boxing skills. Now, in the streets, they'll whoop your ass because, they're going to be kicking and wrestling and all that kind of stuff. But in a flat out boxing match, in all likelihood, they're going to get outboxed or they're going to get beat up. I don't think Errol Spence was nowhere to be found. I don't think he was there. Like I said before, I think when Terence Crawford get home, I think he gonna talk with his family, and I'm pretty sure his wife and I think his team gonna talk. Hey Bernie, if you listening, man, I got love for y'all, man, but don't do it. Don't do it. Canelo is just too fucking big for Bud. He's just too damn big. You just gotta keep it. You just gotta keep it real. Well, mixed martial arts, as far as matches go and as far as ratings go, they might be taking over boxing because, well, boxing is going into the toilet because we get in fights like this. Now we know that there's this safety net to protect Canelo and don't really criticize him unless you Teddy Atlas. And this is why Teddy Atlas, and I'm not the biggest Teddy Atlas apologist, but I give Teddy Atlas credit when the credit is due. This is because Teddy Atlas don't follow the script. He's not going to sit up here and sell you this notion that this was a great fight. Because once again, how was this a great fight? I need somebody to explain this to me. How can anybody sit up here with a straight face and say this was a great fight? Just like the same way that'll be like, okay, I'll give you an example. That's like that's like somebody like David Benavidez asking Shakur Stevenson to fight him. You know, for real. We know Shakur can't beat David Benavidez. It's too big. You know, he's too big for him. Like I said, this is why they have weight classes. So I'd have an issue with that. You know, just like they were sitting up when you had people sitting up there saying that, oh man, we think when Terence Crawford was at 140 and they was talking about Lomachenko might could beat Terence Crawford. I was like, man, please, Terence Crawford will destroy Lomachenko. And that's when I think they was like two weight classes in between each other. When I think Lomo was at Terence Crawford was at 140. I think Lomachenko was at 130. Terence Crawford would have annihilated Lomachenko. And I'm going to say this again. Lomachenko did not beat Devin Haney. He did not beat Devin Haney. Every time, it kind of makes me nauseous because when I ask people to legitimately tell me what rounds did Lomachenko win other than the 10th and 11th, they admit, oh, well, you know, the other remaining rounds were close. Well, the champion always gets the close rounds. Two productive rounds don't win you the fight. And this is why everybody is hollering robbery and all this. Lomachenko did not beat Devin Haney. Even Lomachenko knew he lost deep down inside. And why they went before a boxing commission, and the boxing commission laughed at Lomachenko when they were sitting up there talking about they should overturn that fight. The judges got it right. Devin Haney was racking Lomachenko to the body throughout most of the fight. And then look at Lomachenko's face after the fight, and then look at Devin Haney's face after the fight. Then you tell me who won the damn fight. But what it came down to, the broadcasting was so biased, and I think somebody mad at me because I wasn't even talking about them. But the whole telecast, you know, of the fight was so pro Lomachenko. Well, guess what? And then when they're calling the fight, they're trying to make Lomachenko a sympathetic figure in the fight. So of course everybody was feeling sorry for Lomachenko. And then something else, y'all got to remember, I covered that fight. Remember, I went to that fight. Remember, in the press conference, that was a trick question. Go back to the Lomachenko Devin Haney post-fight press conference. I asked Lomachenko a trick question. I said, Lomo, congratulations on the great fight. Do you think you could have got started a little bit quicker to where you would have basically been able to look more dominant and possibly secure those close rounds? And even Lomachenko admitted that. He told me it was a good question. He didn't say, no, I thought I won the fight. That was a trick question. And right then and there, he knew that I had him. Right then and there, I knew Lomachenko knew that he didn't win that fight. But everybody wanted to go on this F Devin Haney, screw Devin Haney stuff. Now, anybody that stumbled across this stream, Lomachenko didn't win that fight. He lost. He lost. His team knew he lost. If you want to say it was a close fight, fine. If you want to say it was a competitive fight, fine. But a robbery, you out of your fucking mind. Wasn't no damn robbery. You out of your, for real, you out of your damn mind. Sorry. Not buying it. You out of your mind if you thought Lomachenko won that fight. Nah, Devin won. Now, if you would have said, okay, you know, and before they announced the winner of the fight, I went live before they even announced the winner. I said, before they announced the winner, when I was in the press room, I decided to watch the fight from the media room instead of going, you know what I'm saying, instead of going into the arena. And Before they announced the winner, I said I had Devin Haney winning this fight. I think I had it 8-4, maybe 7-5, Devin Haney. But then when I watched it again, Devin Haney clearly won 8 rounds at least, even if you want to go by the close rounds. And then all this stuff, people coming out talking about it was a robbery and all that. That wasn't no damn robbery. The only fight that I could say was clearly a robbery, what was a travesty, was Julio Cesar Chavez and Pernell Whitaker. Now, that was a robbery. And Lennox Lewis, Evander Holyfield won. That was a travesty. That fight was a travesty that they called that fight a draw. Even going back to Oscar De La Hoya and Felix Trinidad, if you want to say, okay, Oscar got robbed, well, here's the reason why he lost the fight. Because Oscar De La Hoya pretty much the last 4 to 5 rounds damn near did absolutely nothing except backpedal. I'm talking about he was doing the Michael Jackson, you know what I'm saying, backslide. Wasn't hardly throwing no punches. And Felix Trinidad stayed active and he ended up winning those rounds. And that's how he got the fight. I know this boxing stuff. Yeah, White Jesus. Yeah, White Jesus. He did lose. He didn't get. He wasn't able to save no souls that night, not even his own, because he got whooped on. Once again, go look at that fight again with the sound off, and you look at Lomachenko's face after that fight, and then you look at Devin Haney. I was in the press room. Remember, Mark, I covered that fight. I got credential for that fight. I covered that fight. Oh, you remember Oscar De La Hoya, Felix Trinidad? Yeah, Oscar De La Hoya was dancing. And it's funny, and Oscar De La Hoya had the audacity to say that black fighters run and can't take body shot. Do y'all remember that video by the boys called "Down My Heart" and they was doing that little back dance? I'm gonna call my baby. That's what Oscar De La Hoya was doing. Oscar De La Hoya was doing the backstroke. We can do the backstroke. Dun, 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 dun. Working. I mean, that's all he was doing. The last so. I said this before, and I say this again, and I stand by this. Derek James is not the trainer for Ryan Garcia. The best trainer that would fit Ryan Garcia's style, I've said this, is Jose Benavidez Sr. He should be training Ryan Garcia. He has the best training style for Ryan Garcia's fighting style. Yeah, it ain't looking too good for Derek James right now. That's 2 big fights. That's 2 big pay-per-views he didn't lost in a row. You know, back to back. Almost. Well, actually, yeah, back to back. Now you see why. Now you guys see why they really didn't want to put, and he would have had a third. He would have had a third one if he would have put Frank Barter to read with Shakur Stevenson. So let me tell you guys something. This is just real talk. Shakur Stevenson's fight is still like, man, it's like 6 weeks out. He still could have been co-training Frank Martin and getting him prepared for this fight. Or he could have had somebody's team training Frank Martin until he was done with this fight. He could have started camp on Monday. It's cap. It's cap. It's cap. Derrick James was finna have his third major loss in a row. I'm telling you right there, Shakur Stevenson was gonna do a number on Frank Martin. I think I'll be there, Vegas, Mark. It's looking good. I think I'm gonna be there. I think I'm gonna be there. But it's gonna definitely be an in and out. I'm coming there. If I come there, it's gonna be fight night, and then I'm leaving like early in the morning and going straight to work. Cause that's just weird. If it had been on a Friday, it would have been cool. But you know, and then afterwards, I'm gonna get prepared for Devin versus Regis Prograis. I'll talk to Bill Haney, and Bill Haney really want me to partake in and helping like promote this fight. And once again, if you in the Bay Area, if you can make it to Frisco, or as they say, Skull City, come through. The tickets will be on sale on the 5th. So, go grab a ticket. This gonna be the inaugural boxing event, at the new Chase Center. So please, if you in the Bay Area, come through. Well, QT, I got something. QT, we supposed to have something planned. I'll keep you guys posted. We might throw a little something on the eve of the fight. We trying to, we got to find a safe location in the Bay Area, because, the Bay Area been kind of crazy. So we looking at maybe somewhere, I don't know, maybe we might go to Alameda. We might go to Alameda Island, might go over there, because I don't know about putting anything in Oakland. I love my city, but man, it's just too dangerous right now. But me, Big Rich, Ego, maybe Lay Low Boxing, and a few other people, trainer Ben Batista. We trying to see if Kareem can get put on the card and stuff. So we got something in the works though, but we finna do a big fight week. But tickets go on sale on the tickets go on sale. Tickets go on sale on the 5th. But yeah, I'll definitely be covering that fight. So I don't know what capacity that they're gonna use me for, Team Haney. But I spoke to Bill, but I'm really finna be like helping like promote this fight. So for real, if y'all can come to the fight, please come to the fight. I'm thinking about actually buying some tickets and giving away some tickets. Then, like I said, I can't tell y'all everything what's going on, but I've been talking to Bill. We really trying to make this a Bay Area celebration. So oh yeah. Yeah, Kobe, that's cool. You gotta my correspondent Kobe will be in New York. Oh, by the way, if anybody could hit the Cash App, my correspondent Kobe, he has a request. Usually he don't ask requests, but he told me he wanted to wear a suit to cover the Tiafimo fight. He wanted to get a suit like Randy Watson, like a sky blue suit like Randy Watson. So, we'll take the money that jingles, but we'd rather have the money that folds. So we try to get Kobe a nice suit and some crispy all white Uptowns, because in New York they don't say Air Force One. So so if y'all can help, we gonna try to get him a nice sky blue suit. So nah, there you go with the bullshit. Nah, there you go with the bullshit. Nah. Nah, nah, we just trying to have them. We just gotta have them looking fresh and so clean, as Outcast would say. But oh, hey, there you go. See, oh, appreciate you, appreciate you, Mark. Appreciate. See, we got $2 towards the suit, so we gonna, like I said, I think the goal is like maybe 120. So we gonna try to raise 120 to get him like, but it's gonna be one of them up to date suits. He ain't gonna wear the vest. It's gonna be, what I'm saying, Oh, what's the cash app? um, I'll put the cash app. Fotex, I'll put the cash app like at the end of the stream when I end the stream. But uh, so Kobe, what you think of the fight? Because we've been cooking Canelo and Al Heyman for this travesty. This is a travesty, man. Like, this was a travesty. I just couldn't believe that I was just watching this. I'm glad. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I did ask for a media credential for this fight, but I knew they was gonna turn me down. But this is why the PBC don't mess with me, because like I said, they want people to sit up here and kiss their ass. I will say Tiafimo was spot on, because Tiafimo mentioned this about the a lot of times they try to control what we say, and a lot of times these fighters get mad. Listen, at the end of the day, we ain't always gonna say something nice about them. Cause like I said, one thing I can say, when I cover top rank fights or matchroom fights, I don't get no phone calls from Eddie Hearn or Anthony Lieber or Evan Korn. I don't get no phone calls. But then them PBC dudes, oh man, so and so was mad about that video you made. Well, you know what? Tell them to have a Coke and a smile, man. For real, man. Like I said, everybody knows I can't stand Lomachenko. And I didn't went there and I didn't cover Lomachenko fights. I can stand Lomachenko. I didn't rip Lomachenko to shreds, but they still didn't credential me for his fights, because top rank don't be tripping off stuff like that. But you know, the PBC, they go real transvan on you. They got to be the man with sensitivity. If you say anything about somebody that's attached to the PBC, oh man, so and so is mad. Oh, so and so wants you to erase that video. Oh man, why you said this about so and so? We get this BS all the time. I done tore into white Jesus so many times, man. First of all, there ain't no such thing as no white Jesus anyway. And you know what I'm saying, for real. I mean, so I'll just keep it in a buck, because that was some clown shit anyway. So I mean, I'm just saying. I already knew what was up with Lomachenko though, but I already saw the light in him. I saw through Lomachenko years ago. Lomachenko was another hype job. Lomachenko was good, but he wasn't as good as they made him out to be, because once again, Lomachenko fought perfectly selected opponents that complemented his style. Lomachenko was another dude that wasn't always asking for the best dudes out there. This dude didn't even want to avenge his loss to Orlando Salido. First of all, if you lose to a dude that drives Uber on the side in Arizona, Orlando Salido, yeah, you should have tried to avenge that loss. Well, I mean, you know, Jamel Charlo, like I said before, that's what he was there for. He was there to make Canelo look good and boost up his confidence. So then maybe, because see, here's the thing. I think Al Heyman believed in David Benavidez, but I think he trying to get Canelo to get enough confidence to fight David Benavidez. Because after what I saw, I believe that David Benavidez can beat Canelo. I just do. I know exactly how you beat Canelo. So Bud then took Charlo off the list. Well, I mean, at the end of the day, it don't really have to. I mean, it really don't have the luster, and maybe Bud see what I see. If I'm Terence Crawford, I just worry about ending Errol Spence's career, because that's exactly what he gonna do. That's exactly what he gonna do. This time the fight gonna be even worse, due to the fact that everybody making all these excuses and all these You know, I done seen one dude go as far as to say that version of Errol Spence was a clone. So Terence is fighting clones now. I mean, you just the logic some of these people have. I mean, they are, man. I hope these people don't own guns, but probably they do, because it scares me that them type of people may possibly be gun owners. The sun. I mean, I ain't even went on Twitter yet, but I'll plan to look on Twitter like later on, because I'm just trying to wrap up this stream. But like I said, Jamel went in there and sold basically a L to Canelo and Al Heyman, and he let Al Heyman sacrifice him and pimp him. Because like I said, nobody can logically try to explain this fight, why this fight happened. Well, it was a sparring session to me. It was like I said, that fight, I just was watching this fight. I was just shaking my head. Like I said, if you paid $84 for that travesty, I don't know what to tell you. Because I'm just gonna keep it 100. Like I said, the PBC stole your money. They stole your money. But then this is the same PBC that refused to make outside fights. They want to keep feeding you these inside Mitch matches. And then they begging you to pay $84. So this is what you got for your $84. Well, y'all gonna have to send that to me in the comment section, because like I said, I ain't on social media. Somebody will send it to me. Somebody will text it to me. I'm pretty sure when I end this stream, I'm probably gonna already see what's in it. I'm probably gonna already have plenty of texts seeing Bud trashing Charlo, and Charlo deserved to get trashed. He deserved to get trashed. Canelo deserved to get trashed. Al Hammond deserved to get trashed, and the PBC deserved to get trashed for putting together this bullshit fight. They deserve to get trashed. I'm like, where my garbage can at? Hold on, I'm gonna let y'all see my garbage can right there. That's where that fight belong, and y'all should be asking for your money back. Y'all basically got a fight that you knew was a mismatch. You knew that Canelo was gonna win. You might as well have called it a WWE fight. This was a scripted fight, and like I said before, and you actually had people that really picked Charlo to win this fight. And I know, and I get it. Listen, I get it. I get it. I know why some people pick Charlo to win, and cool, fist up. But at the end of the day, come on, man. Like I said before, I just want somebody to logically try to explain to me why was this fight even made, and why did Al Heyman? Because I'm gonna tell you now, I'm gonna make some videos like basically talking about this fight. The whole pay-per-view was hot garbage. The fight was trash. It was trash. Like I said, anybody that paid for this fight, they should be getting their money back. Like I said, the PDC robbed people. And like I said, I already know eventually some Mexicans, some Canelo stands is gonna come on my channel calling me a hater, saying I'm jealous and all jealous. When they say what is there to be jealous of? What am I jealous of? What am I jealous of? So it's funny when I trash black fighters, you don't hear this stuff. But if I say something about somebody that ain't black, then all of a sudden I'm jealous, I'm hating, I'm a racist, all this type of stuff. Well, I guess I'm gonna be one today, because like I said, I'm gonna make some videos trashing. Because like I said before, the PBC, I'm so serious. Y'all can keep y'all damn press credentials. I don't ever want to be covered for a PBC fight. Keep your press credentials. Real talk. Keep them. Because if this is what you want people to jump on planes and book hotel rooms and pay their hard-earned money to come cover and come see, then at the end of the day, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. So for people that's saying, now the funny thing is, for the people that's gonna say, hold on. Now that's funny for the people that's gonna come on here and eventually say I'm hating on Canelo and I'm being a racist and all this stuff. But what color is Al Heyman and what color is Jamel Charlo? Okay, so you could save that racist shit. So you can save that before you even begin to put that in the comment section. This is exactly why Fox got rid of the PBC, and this is why Showtime is not gonna put the PBC on regular TV because of these type of matches. Canelo is supposed to be. My thing is, if you the face of boxing, you supposed to be fighting the best guys available, or semi best guys available. A serviceable fight. From this day forward, I don't want to ever hear about Mayweather's resume compared to Canelo, because at least Floyd was fighting welterweights. This was not no championship match if only one set of belts is on the line. This was not a championship match. So this is even more proof why this fight didn't make no magazine championship. So how was this a championship match? And then talking about undisputed in two different weight classes where one set of the belts is not on the line. So this wasn't no championship fight. Canelo, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. One day somebody gonna tell the truth about Canelo, and somebody really gonna break this down. And this is just real talk. I don't want to hear anybody, like I said, I don't want to hear anybody talking about Andre Ward, questioning his resume. I don't want to hear anybody questioning Floyd Mayweather's resume, because compared to what Canelo is doing, they are all-time greats. How was Canelo taking the risk? You beat, like I said, you beat a junior middleweight, and then you saying nobody can beat you. And then you said you want all the smoke. You never had a fight at 160, let alone 168. And you sitting up here acting like this was the greatest victory of your life. That just says a lot about Canelo. Says a lot about him, says a lot about his confidence. This is why I could tell he was shaken up by what Dimitri Bivol did to him. Well, there you have it. This says a lot about, once again, this says a lot about Jamel. Like I said, he was just in there. He was just a sacrificial lamb for Canelo. He was a confidence builder for Canelo. Yeah, you didn't get knocked out, but I said Canelo wasn't going to be able to knock Charlo out. Charlo got a good chin, man. He got a good chin. He got a real good chin. And he took Canelo's best shots, and he didn't, you know what I'm saying? He didn't fold. He got up. He took the 10 count. He took the 10 count and he kept fighting. But I only had him winning one round. I only had to do winning one round, and I gave him the 12th, and I was just trying to be generous. So worst case scenario, he didn't win 1 round. Best case scenario, he might have won 2 rounds, the 5th and the 12th. Because I think one judge had him winning 2 rounds and the other 2 had him winning 1 round. So it was a blowout. But once again, it was supposed to be a blowout. Like I said, who in their right mind thought Jamel was going to win that fight? It was a mismatch. Everybody knew it was a mismatch. So hopefully, like I said, hopefully Canelo got some confidence to eventually get in the ring with David Benavidez. I've been trying to tell y'all that Canelo's power was overrated. So once again, so let's really look at this. Let's look at all the advantages that Canelo didn't had. Okay, he stopped Caleb Plant. Okay, he fought Dimitri Bivol. Dimitri Bivol like beat the hell out of him. He beat the hell out of Canelo. Then he fought a 40-plus-year-old Triple G. Couldn't stop him. Couldn't hurt him. Then he went on to fight John Ryder. He dropped John Ryder. Couldn't finish John Ryder. And he fought in the ring. And Guadalajara, that was the size of a porter potty. And he still couldn't get the dude up out of there. Now he fights Jermell Charlo, a dude that went up 2 weight classes. And he couldn't even stop him. And then he's sitting up saying nobody beats this Canelo. So I don't want to hear anybody say, oh, Canelo is the best number one fighter in the world, beating overmatched Jermell Charlo. But all right, you guys, I'm about to go inside because I'm finna get ready to go to the gym, work out. But I'll be back later. Thank you. Appreciate you.